Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from nopickspodcast.
What up, family? This is Joe, No Picks Podcast.
Yeah, we've been going for a little bit, but listen, we back now. About to start pumping out some more content. So,
Yes, sir.
Joe, today I found some Philly content. So basically, the city of Philadelphia is about to start fining people for having illegal tint on their cars. Right. So I'm gonna play the news article and play the news clip,
Interesting.
and we're gonna react to it. All right.
All right. Interesting.
Let's do it.
The city of Philadelphia will soon start cracking down on vehicles that have those dark tinted windows. That means drivers could get a ticket, even if their cars are just parked on the street. Action News reporter Maggie Kent is live along the Ben Franklin Parkway with more on the reason behind the stepped up enforcement. Maggie.
Well, Sarah, the sponsor of this ordinance says that it will help prevent traffic stops with Philadelphia police officers, but those who are against it say it's a cash grab and it's going to be hard to be enforced. It's something you can get pulled over for right now, but come July 1st, if your vehicle has illegal tints on the windows, you could be subject to a parking ticket in Philadelphia.
$100 fine.
City Councilman Mike Driscoll of Northeast Philadelphia co-sponsored this bill, which was just signed into law by Mayor Sherrell Parker, with the hopes of protecting law enforcement.
If they get in front of a car that has completely blacked out windows, their anxiety level goes to the roof because they don't know if the person in that car is trying to get their license or they're pointing a gun at their head.
In Pennsylvania, cars can have window tint, rated at 70% visible light transmittance on side windows and the rear windshield. David Rutherford owns Elite Glass Tinting in Newtown Square. He's losing customers, citing this ordinance.
This doesn't go into effect yet. This is just today. We already lost a customer.
As for safety, Rutherford says he tells each customer to work with police in the event of a stop.
Roll all your windows down, leave your hands at 10 and 2, turn your interior lights on, and wait for the officer to give you instruction.
Drivers have mixed feelings about the rule.
I think there's more important things that they could be taken care of right now than that, honestly.
I don't agree with that one. Because if you park, you park. If they catch you driving, that's another story.
Now, this ordinance goes into effect 60 days after Mayor Parker signed it. That means by July 1st, you could be seeing these tickets given out by either the PPA or Philadelphia police officer. We're live along the Parkway. Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News. Guys?
Okay, Maggie, thanks.
All right, so
Dang.
yeah. Listen, we talked about this before, bro, but Mara Parker is not playing, yo. Like,
No, she's not playing.
Yo, she's not playing, yo. So listen, let me set this up. Joe, what's your thoughts on this? Listen, we never talked about the tent thing. So what's your thoughts on the whole tent issue in Philly?
So I'm gonna admit that I already have a bias, right? Because a lot of the people lately, I'd say since the pandemic, especially too after the pandemic and quarantine, everybody opened up. A lot of people on the road who have heavily tinted windows engage in boy behavior on the road.
Right.
I don't know if it's because they feel bold because we can't see them. These are the people who are like running red lights. These are the people who are like merging without using signals. These are people who are like doing stupid stuff on the road. A lot of people with heavily tinted windows are doing stupid stuff on the road. So much so that it's like a running joke now. You know what I mean? Like it's like tinted windows, they about to do something dumb. You know what I mean? So I'll admit that out first. I have a bias. And with that bias, I'm going to say I approve. When one dude was just like, well, I can see if you're driving it, but if it's parked, what difference does it make, bro? If it's parked, you're going to be driving it eventually. You're only just delaying the inevitable. He said that. I'm like, bro, do you understand? Even if it's parked, so you're not going to drive your car?
Like, he's never going to drive. He's never going to drive.
I'm like, bro, it ain't working. The brain ain't braining on that
was
one.
Stupid. He said that.
But all right, so bias aside, I completely understand if police officers are trying to do a traffic stop. If they cannot see inside of your car, I could see that it could induce anxiety, and you don't know what that person is doing. So from that perspective, I understood. I was just like, you know what, you're right. Like if it's so dark, I can't see what's happening. That's a valid point. I don't know what you're reaching for, and I feel like people who have heavily tinted windows aren't just going to roll their windows down. You know, a lot of them
No,
probably gonna be
no.
stubborn or prideful, or I ain't do nothing, so I ain't got to comply. And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, if you're not trying to do that, so that's my first reaction. I think, I mean, it's $100 though, which is crazy
Yeah, yeah.
to come out and get it. But all right, so that's my initial thought. What do you think about it initially?
So listen, I think two things can be true, right? So the person said, somebody, somebody in the news situation said, "Oh, it was a cash grab." It's absolutely a cash grab,
Right.
but this is one of those things that's justifiable. It's like, okay, well, all you assholes want to have tent. Okay, cool. This is something easy for the city to just go after because there's a certain point to where it's illegal, right?
Right.
So like, listen, I don't know. I've never had tent before, whatever, but I don't know what that point is. But obviously, the cops and all that stuff do.
Right.
But bro, like if it's illegal, you're doing something wrong. Then they have the right and or obligation to find you. And if the city makes a whole bunch of money off of it, listen, you were doing something wrong in the first place. So it is what it is. So it's not that like they're not picking on you. You're doing something wrong anyway. You're just hoping that they ignore it and move on to other things.
Right.
But no, if you're doing something wrong, then cool. Like it's like you should be held liable for that. If you cool with having crazy dark tent and nobody can see anything, and we've all seen them cars in Philly where they got darker tent, you have no idea what's going on. I'm always confused as to how they can see out sometimes. I'm like, bro, it's just so dark.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
So two things can be true. Yeah, it's a cash grab, but it's also like I think it's the right thing to do. I think that dark ass tent makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But like you mentioned, the cops, bro. Like if I'm a cop, I'm walking to your John. I don't know if you strapped up with a whole AK-47 or if you're reaching for your license. If you want to be an asshole and be difficult, which it seems like that's the environment right now as far as cops goes. You know, you watching videos all the time. People don't even want to give cops their license. They be like, I ain't give you my license. What you mean? I'm whatever. But so if you want to be like that, keep all your windows up. I don't know if you got 4 niggas in the back all strapped up going to shoot me in my face and dip out because you got a tail light out and you got an active warrant. You don't want to go to jail. Like I don't know that. So no, two things can be true. I agree, but this is if the city could get more money, I don't know what they do with their money. Listen, but I trust Mayor Parker for now, bro, because I think that she's proven herself to be a pretty like reasonable politician so far, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you assholes end up putting $100 million into the city's coffers, and they end up doing something, you know, for Kensington or something like that with that money, then listen, that's just a W for the city and an L for y'all, but the L is well earned for y'all.
No, yeah, absolutely. So with this ordinance that goes into effect, I just want to make sure, like, of course, I haven't read the legislation or the ordinance, but like, I'm hoping that there's consistency, right? Because there has to be like a standard, like what's the darkest? Like there has to be like a point where like, all right, anything here and above, ticketing. You know what I mean? And then keep that consistent. So there should be like a minimum, like that they said 70%. So you know if they said 70% light I think something about 70% tint from the light protection. If that, like, I just hope that there's consistency, that there's a number that they know, there's a certain amount of, and then that they have a way to like verify or like test to see the level, because you know people are going to be like, my tent's not that dark, I passed it, you know, so there's going to be some stuff like that. So they just have to make sure that they come out consistent across the board. Otherwise people are just going to pick and choose who they want to pull over and give a ticket to, and that's going to open up a whole other can of worms. You know what I mean? So
I agree. It has to be fair. It has to be like something like a number that you can point to be like, nah, bro, you're 1% over the tent limit.
Right.
So you getting a ticket. Now it shouldn't be a go to jail offense. It should be, yo, listen, assuming that people don't go crazy and go, you know, fly off the handle and try to fight the cops and all that stuff. Be like, I'm not giving you my ID. Assuming all that stuff don't happen, they just comply and be like, okay, cool. They should leave the traffic incident with a $100 ticket, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now I think most people won't pay that ticket, and they shit might end up impounded anyway, which is still a W for the city because they can sell that car later.
Sell that car, right?
Right. But yeah, no, I agree. It has to be as long as it's done fair. But if we're being honest, the black people are going to be impacted by this because I don't really see white people with tent like that. It's not a white. I've never really noticed white people.
Well, the poppies do it too, though, bro.
Okay,
so out here with the tent too, because they be blasting that nigga.
So it's a black and brown thing. I don't really see white people with tent. I don't see Asians with tent like that. Or it's the tent that comes with the car. It's like factory kind of tent,
right? Because I have that. I have the factory tent on my back window.
Factory tent, yeah. But like our people that look like us, tend to be like, yo, you know what? Fuck the factory tint. I want the blowjob tint. I want the
Yeah.
joint where you strap that joint up and you go get a blowjob on Kelly Drive type joint. Like they want that type tint. Like, and it's
Fairmount
like, all
Park,
right.
yeah, I mean. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because when I think about the tent too, like when I see how dark it gets, like you said, it's been so dark you don't even know how people
You
drive.
can't see
Like how
nothing,
do you
bro.
see, right? And the thing is, I don't understand why it has to be that dark. Like I said, I have the factory, the safety tent in the back windows. It protects my daughter or whoever's in the back from the light. Like
Yeah,
you at night you
yeah,
can't see anything that you store in the back. Like if I get out the car and I
right,
got something important, I can put it in the back on. You know what I mean? It does what it's supposed to do. I don't need it to be any more darker than that.
yeah,
So I just don't understand why they have to have that super dark tint, bro. Unless you're up to, it shows that you don't want people to see who's driving the vehicle. Why?
yeah.
Why? What are you engaged in?
Or they
What are you
getting
doing?
sloppy toppy. Somebody
Or you
getting slapped in their
or you
face
want to do
type
some
shit. Like,
nah,
yeah,
bruh, no. And if these people weren't driving like jackasses with tint,
right,
I would be less. But nah, bro, I'm seeing it now. Like it's a running joke now, bro. If I see the
yeah,
tinted windows, I'm like, oh, they about to do something stupid, and almost without fail. So no, and it's funny because you mentioned like black and brown folk is going to affect them, and like think about some of the biggest things that Mayor Parker has passed recently and how they affect black and brown communities in Philly, right? Let's talk about the cracking down on ATVs and dirt bikes. Let's talk about how she banned face the ski masks in certain buildings like city
yeah,
buildings,
yeah,
government buildings, certain places, malls. Like you can't wear the ski mask on SEPTA now. That affects black and brown folk. Now we got
yeah,
the tent that's potentially going to do that. But the thing is, I don't think that they're just like specifically targeting these communities. I actually agree with the
yeah.
things that
I
they're
agree.
targeting.
I agree.
I'm like
I
I'm with
agree.
it. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I'm like
agree.
I don't know. I'm tripping, but I'm like I'm okay with what she's trying to do so far. Like fuck them ski
Like
masks.
if
Like you know what I mean? Like
black and brown people are the ones doing the drawing ass shit, and she targets those activities, she's doing it like like justifiably.
right.
It's like it's
Right.
reasonable, right? Like it's
Right.
like, I mean, I don't know, like these are like the things that you mentioned are like nuisances to the city,
Right.
and
It
it
makes
just
people feel
so
uncomfortable.
happens that like white people typically don't engage in that shit, and it's just like
I wouldn't know, bro. I honestly, I wouldn't know if how often white people engage in that behavior because I don't really. I mean, the city's really black and brown. You know, what I mean, there's white people, of course, but
yeah,
like it's a lot of black and brown folks. So I don't even.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not even sure. I know, or just the people that we know are black and brown mostly. So
yeah.
we see what they do, and they have the tents and the
So
ski masks.
so if someone was to point that out, let's say she's going for reelection, Mayor Parker's going for reelection, and people are like, oh, all
Yeah.
your policies, whatever, are pointing out black and brown people. I mean, that's a factual statement, but I think
Yeah.
it's unfair to give her that label because like she's
Right.
doing the things like the actions are wrong in and of itself.
Right. Right.
But it
Right.
just
Right.
so happens that black and brown people are typically engaged in these actions.
Disproportionately engaged in that type of activity, right? Right, yeah. So this is
So
this is one of those things where somebody might be like, "Oh, this is racist," and in my mind, I'm like, "No, it's not. Stop doing it." Like, fuck, you
right.
want a ski mask guy at the corner? Like what? You walk into the corner to get something with a ski? I can't
Mm,
see your face, bro. Like, no, yeah. So. I'm curious as to what other ordinances are going to come up, what other policies,
yeah,
what else they're going to crack down on, because like I said, it's disproportionately affecting black and brown communities, So this was interesting, bro. People gonna wake up and get
right.
tickets, like so people gotta if people have dark tint now, I'm guessing they better start taking it down or like
They're not going
lightening it
to,
up.
bro. They ain't going to do that shit.
They gonna get tickets, bro. Like then what do you expect? This is gonna be an
People just gonna
ordinance. This
be
is gonna be into law July 1st. Cops gonna be ready
yeah,
too. Gonna be like, well, I
yeah. They're
can't
gonna be
wait to
ready.
get tickets. All right, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Absolutely, absolutely.
so, do you think there should have been a step before that? Like, like maybe they should have been like, all right, so in moving forward, if a cop pulls over a car and your tint is very, very dark, if your window is not lowered by the time the cop gets to your car, if the officer cannot
No,
see you,
no,
you
that'd
know
be
what
a
I mean?
waste
Like,
of
should there have
time.
been a step
That'd be
before, or like,
no, that'd be a waste of
no?
time. The niggas would not. Niggas would be like, first of all, niggas like fuck the police anyway. Niggas is not. First of all, niggas
That's
ain't trying to
true.
give they IDs. You see how many videos that be coming out? They be like, well, I'm not giving you my license. I don't have to give you my license. They be like, no, nigga, I'm asking you to give me your license. I gotta identify who you are. I ain't give you my license, bro. I ain't doing it. Like, so no, it wouldn't have mattered. But
Yeah.
listen,
All right, I was just checking to see, like, 'cause yeah,
yeah,
but I'm with it though. I'm like, whatever. It
yeah,
shouldn't be that dark. Like I said, the
mm-mm,
tent that I have works perfectly fine at night. You can't see inside of it because people are gonna be like, well, I don't want people to look into my car when I'm not around. Okay, well, you can get tent that's dark enough. It doesn't have to be super dark for that to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To
I
get
mean,
that
listen, if
effect.
you want to, the Days Inn ain't that expensive, bro. Go to the Days Inn, get your sloppy toppy, and get up out of there. That's like $90 right there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, or if you want to do some gangster shit and all that, you should probably be in jail anyway. So,
Right.
I mean,
well, probably, yeah. So this is.
I know what you're not doing. You're not writing a novel in that bitch. Like you're not doing that. You're not doing your taxes. Like so, like you're not teaching your daughter how to fucking be a lady. That's what you're not doing. And them
Yeah.
bitches like.
Yeah, no, I'm
So
with it. I'm with it. This is a good one. I'm curious to see, family. What do y'all think about this ordinance? Like, do you guys agree with it? Do you disagree? Do you think it's a waste of? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna. We're gonna generate income from this, I imagine. So I don't think it's a
yeah,
waste
yeah,
of taxpayer money because if they out there, it's nothing to
yeah,
just get out your car and write the ticket right quick. So it's gonna generate some money. Do you think it's something silly to go after? Like, I don't know. I'm curious. What does the community think? People in Philly, what do you guys think about the tinted windows? Like, I guess we got to open it up to the community and see if they agree because
yeah,
we agree
yeah,
with it. We're
yeah,
with it, right?
yeah. I'm with it. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, Mayor Parker, thank you once again. Ever since we made the episode about cracking down on the ATVs and the bikes, I haven't seen them as much. I still see them around, but the cops was chasing them for the first couple weeks. It kind of it simmered
Right,
down now, but let's see if that continues. It only gets worse as the summer progresses. In the summer, everybody be
right,
out. So
right.
Mayor Parker, keep doing your thing, man.
All right. So listen, like family, thanks for the support. Listen, we back. I was away for a little bit. I'm back
we back.
now.
We back.
Listen, like, comment, subscribe, share our stuff. We climbing up in the subs. We getting in the algorithm. We getting suggested.
Yeah, we appreciate
Listen,
it. We
thanks for the
here.
support, and we here for it. All right, till next time.
Until next time.